we are in a political electionary season. I'm on a seasonal election. There've been banters here and there. The governor has been making some statements that are not going down with a lot of people. And I think, as the Minister of Information, a lot of information should be passing through you. Imana ana akpọ ya ọlụ atụ egwu mana na nke ikpeazụ a ọ dị ka okwu ada atụzikwu ya egwu, ọ na-ekwu egbowam. What's going on with the governor? He seems to be throwing jabs to a fellow contestant and then Peter Obi. What's going on?
Yeah, well, I don't know about Peter Obi. That may have happened sometime, but I've not heard about Soludo and Peter Obi in very recent times.
Please, go back to what you said. We didn't get that. Please say it again. You said you've not heard of Peter Obi and the Soludo of recently. So from there, please.
Yeah, I said I want to talk about the one that is more recent, the jabs he threw at his opponents, right? At his opponents.
Yes.
Let me tell you something about election. Electioneering. Anywhere and everywhere in the world. Jabs are thrown by candidates, and their supporters. And you do so because there is only one formula for any electioneering process. You try to amplify the strengths of your own candidate and amplify the weaknesses of your opponents. That is the only thing. These are the two things that happen in an election. So when Soludo says that the candidate of APC, Nicholas Ukachukwu, is not electable and not qualified because his educational qualification and certificates point clearly to it, I think it is in order. Anambra is such a serious state, and to have somebody who's WAEC who cannot vouch for, I don't think it's good for anybody. This is the state of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Emeka Ojukwu, Chinua Achebe, Emeka Anyaoku, Chimamanda. That is their state. And you have somebody who has no credit in maths and in English and even BK, he also got F9. A call work. He should go and face businesses doing. That's the point the governor is making. That if you didn't pass your own WAEC, what are you going to tell students? Because you should have a Ministry of Education. The Ministry of Education, you should tell them to take education seriously. What is your certificate telling such people? And you see, that is not to say that certificates can guarantee good governance. No, right?
Okay.
They put it this way. They say that the monk, right? The hood does not make the monk. But there is no monk without a hood. There is no place in the world where you have transformational and purposeful leadership without some basic education. No, not one. So why should it be Anambra? You don't have a certificate. Let me give you an example with Senator Ifeanyi Ubah. Senator Ifeanyi Ubah noticed that he had that deficiency. Do you know Ifeanyi Ubah, despite his schedule, before my very eyes, took a degree from Base University in law?
Yes.
That's it. So you go out of your way to equip yourself if you want to govern others. That is a point Soludo has made. If I gave you example with Ifeanyi Ubah. Ifeanyi Ubah took a law degree certificate from Base University. I witnessed it because I was with him then. But this person does not have and is not making any effort. Is he not going to read the speeches before the world? Will he not go to conferences in and outside Nigeria? Is he not going to articulate his policy positions?
Are you saying he cannot read?
He can barely read. Don't you listen to him? If you listen to him, he mixes up tenses, which is one way you know an uneducated person. He mixes up tenses. He hardly can string up 2, 3, 4 sentences without committing terrible blunders. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. That's the point Soludo was making. So it is not trivial. It is serious. He needs education to govern Anambra. He needs it. Because, he does not have to be an expert in anything. Yes, I agree. But he should be able to understand what the experts are saying. He should be able to read reports. He should be able to interrogate policy alternatives. He should be able to hold his own anywhere and everywhere in the world. It is different from the world of buying and selling or land grabbing and estate building and all that. Say, look, Prince Nicholas Ukachukwu is not electable, he's not qualified. I agree with Soludo. It's a disaster
Dr.
that
Law,
APC brought upon itself.
Dr. Law, why do you feel like someone that was in the House before now? I think he was elected before now into the House, and then he has succeeded in business. Why do you think he needs?
That is a problem. Now, you see
education
the issue. Have you taken
to succeed as a governor?
Have you taken time to look at his records when he was in House of Representatives in 1999 to 2003? He moved no single motion, sponsored no single bill.
Oh.
So what else is the job of a legislator if you can't move motions and you can't pass bills? You can't propose bills? He was a colossal failure in the House. And that was why he couldn't return. He came to Anambra and tried his hands, and then the Anambra refused to elect him. In 2019, he ran for Senate and came a distant fourth. In fact, he holds the worst record by any ABGA candidate in the entire Southeast Nigeria. No ABGA candidate has ever come even third in any election in the Southeast. But he came fourth. And this is the person APC gave their ticket. The person I pity? I pity Ukachukwu and Ekwunife that joined her reputation with an obvious failure. I'm telling you, it's unfortunate. If I had the opportunity of advising her, I would have tried to prevail on her not to take the ticket of deputy governor, because why didn't APC, for example, failed Ukachukwu and Ekwunife, for example? Why did they do that? Why did they had options? They had values, they had people. So why somebody that is clearly not electable, somebody who we can't find his certificate? Why?
You mentioned Ukachukwu and Ekwunife now. The governor also said so many things about her that didn't go well with her, obviously. Do you think that was necessary? If he was just going for the APC governorship candidate, people would have been like, okay, Oga to Oga. Now he's mentioning the deputy, which is Ukachukwu and Ekwunife, talking about forging a doctorate degree and not handing over to a woman that is married to Anambra Central. Going for Ukachukwu and Ekwunife, do you think is also part of the whole game and politics?
Yeah, well, you see, the reason they brought Ukachukwu and Ekwunife into the ticket is to make it bearable, tolerable, electable. That's the only reason they brought Ukachukwu and Ekwunife into it. So Ukachukwu and Ekwunife has to collect her own, because she has to collect. This is election. This that is politics. I have looked at her PhD certificate, and I ran a check. That university is a mushroom one, backwater. backwater, his backwater, his backwater, he cannot. It does not. It's not amongst accredited. Do you understand? So, I don't know how she obtained that, but if I were her, she shouldn't be using it because the institution is almost non-existent.
I agree with you. Politics have a lot of banters, just like football. Even the people that will also celebrate their democracy, which is USA, during their elections, we see them throw a lot of jabs, even below the belt. So, are you saying that Governor
Below the belt,
Soludo is just sharing the akara to everybody, and then the APC, and then the YPP, and then the is that what he's doing? Because Nanke Paswa, all they are not.
That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. Burna Boy, you remember that his music, Burna Boy? He said, last, everybody will eat breakfast. Once you print poster and you want this seat that Soludo is sitting on, we'll come after you. It doesn't matter who you are. That is what is happening to Ukachukwu. So she's the one that decided to attach herself to an obvious disaster. That's why she is going through this. You don't bring in a candidate that is not electable, and you think, let me tell you, in the Anambra, even if Ukachukwu and Ekwunife was never mentioned by the governor, the Anambra know that Ukachukwu and Ekwunife will be deputy, not the governor, and the deputy is a spare tire. It does not help the candidature. It does not help the candidature of Ukachukwu so much, because it's Ukachukwu we are looking at. Yes, and we beat him during the last 3 Saturday off-season senatorial election. We beat him in his polling unit. We beat him in his polling booth. We beat him in his ward. We beat him in his local government. We are going to beat him again November 8th.
But this is a man that won their primary election. So why don't you think he's a strong candidate? He has won the primary election, and you know how it was contested very highly. Go ahead.
No. You see, what has happened to APC? They auctioned their ticket. Anybody could have bought it. Yes. It was to the highest bidder. Make your investigations. You'll find that he bidded for the ticket more than other candidates and won. Why do you think that Val Ozigbo went to court? Was it not because of the auctioning process? It was auctioned now, and the highest bidder bought it now.
You seem to be a silent admirer of Uche Ekwunife. You seem to hold her to a high regard of some sort.
To all my brothers in America, Europe, Asia, Africa, and across the globe, chetakwa na akuro uno, amala onye kpatala ya. Think home, think Pine Leaf Estate and Properties Limited. Okwa n'ife ifele na inwela na be nna ye. Secure a land and secure your future with Pine Leaf Estate and Properties Limited. Dalo.